Hello everyone and welcome back to the Honey Herd. Before we get started with the inspections today, I'd just like to say a big thank you to everyone who's offered any tips and advice in the comments, and also the encouragement has been fantastic. Thanks everyone for your support so far. It really does mean a lot, so thank you. So I'm back at the apiary today to check on the 2 hives. Last week we transferred the 2 overwintered nucleus colonies into the full-size hives. So I'm excited to get into these hives. So let's get the veil on the smoker lit and we'll go and have a closer look. So just to recap, a quick recap why we're doing our inspections today. To check if the colonies are queen right, check for swarm cells, which hopefully there won't be any, and to check they've got enough space. So let's get into that now. I'm going to double check them all tied up and that my gloves are thingy are on properly. My cameras are recording, and I'm going to give one more little puff of smoke by the entrance. Got my hive tool and I've got my smoker. Now I think that's all I'm going to need. Oh, I also have I think I've got a queen clip, or maybe I left it over there. But I think the queen's already marked, so hopefully I won't need to put her in a cage. But yeah, let's stall in and let's see what's going on in here. Okay, so there we have the feeder the rapid feeder that we put in 6 days ago. It was really full. So let's have a little look at how it's looking now. The lid off. Well, it's mouldy, is what it is. I don't know how well you can see that, but there's still sugar syrup in there. I'm not sure what the best course of action there. The bees are still, I mean, it's packed. It's absolutely packed in there. So next I'm going to remove the feeder, I suppose. I'll just remove the whole. Oh, no, I shouldn't have done that in case there's something on the crown board. Okay, let's rethink. So let's get rid of this. Put that there. Let's remove the feeder. Let's just put that up on top here for now. Bees won't be able to get out there. I'll just put it down here on the crate over a gap so the bees can still get out. Down there, I've made sure the hole for the feeder is over the hole on the crate. I mean, they'll be pretty confused when they come out. I'm just going to give these a little bit of smoke here. And then I'm going to crack the top. It's not being properlised down. I'm just going to give that a few seconds. And then I'm going to remove the crown board. No queen on there. Pretty confident that there's no queen there. And then this is what we're looking at inside. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 frames of bees. See some really, they've been busy building out the comb here. What I'm thinking now is, where am I going to put these frames when I take them out? Let's have a little look. So this is the edge frame here. and they have not even looked at this yet. I'm going to put this just on the back here, the outside frame. I'm just going to give them a little smoke. And then I'm going to remove the next frame. Now that has not been drawn out at all. Nothing on there whatsoever. So I'm going to put this frame next to that one. These frames though, they are rammed in here with bees. So here we go. Here's the first frame with bees on. Oh, and that is quite heavy. So they're busy. Oh, there's some cat stores in there. They're building that out. And I don't know what, that's all shiny in there. So that is more stores in there. I'm guessing that's probably mostly sugar syrup. Oh, and what are they? Oh, looks like we have a queen cup here. See if I can smoke them off that. Don't know what you can see in there. I can't see anything in there, but it looks like a queen cup or a play cup, maybe that's what they're called. I can't see anything inside it, and it's smack bang in the middle of the frame. And there's just more shiny stores in there, fresh stores. Now, how calm are these bees so far? So far. So, just going to move the next frame out. Wow. And on this frame, we have cat brood and lots and lots and lots of stores. Some of it capped over. And another, I believe. See if I can smoke them off that. Oh, no, some drone brood. A couple of little bits of drone brood, but mostly capped worker brood. On the edges here, we have some capped stores. And this frame is really quite heavy. I'm looking for the queen. I'm not seeing her yet. And I'll tell you something, I cannot believe how calm these bees are. I think I've seen everything we need to see on that frame. It's lovely to see some capped brood. I've not seen the queen, and I've not seen any eggs. So 1, 2, 3, 4. This is the 5th frame in. So this is smack bang in the middle of the brood nest now. And seeing some lot of capped worker brood. Seeing some larvae. I don't want to shake them off. I don't think it's necessary at the moment. There's a little bit of pollen in there, some larvae. Oh, a little bee going crazy there on the waggle dance. I don't know if you can see that. I'm trying to catch it on the little body camera there. And on the one that's doing the waggle dance, you can see 4 wings. So she hasn't clipped them back together. If you're new to beekeeping, you might not be aware that bees do have 4 wings, which was a surprise to me. And they clip them together with little hooks. Okay, so a few bees investigating me now. So I'm just going to give them a little smoke. And then we'll go in for the next frame. Again, this frame number 6. Slightly stuck to frame number 7 there. Oh, and this one's really heavy. So we're looking for the queen. There's some drone brood in that corner there. Mostly capped worker brood with some pollen. I haven't seen any eggs yet. But I'm thinking if there was no queen in here, they would have already have a lot of emergency cells. Oh, they've got another cup on the bottom there. Can't see if there's anything in it, but there's a lot of bees going in and out. I'll see if I can show this here. There on the bottom. Can't see if there's anything in it. And I'm not going to take it down. I'm not going to take it down just yet because I don't know if we have a queen in here. So that is 2. That is 2 queen cups. What do they call them? Play cups? Or is it a play cup if there's nothing in them? However, I couldn't see inside them. I'm not going to worry about them just yet. Get a little bit of smoke on here. And again, so far, the temperament on these bees. Wow, this frame is even more heavy than the last one. Unless I'm getting weaker. Oh, some red pollen, some orange pollen. Waggle dancing going on. Still no queen. I'm not seeing. Oh, there's another. Or is that just some? I think that might be some drone brood that I've broken open by accident. Oh, there's the queen. She is not marked. Let's see if you can see her there. That is, I'm 90% sure, 99% sure that is the queen there, just sticking her head down into. She is unmarked. So I am going to hopefully get her marked, but it's fantastic to see that queen. I don't want to show her to the other camera in case she drops off. But wow, look at the size of her. She's really long. down towards the bottom of the frame there. I think I'll get her back in. I think what I'll do, where is she? She's at the top of the frame there. I'm going to get her back in and away from the other frame. And a little bit of smoke going on here. And I think what I'm going to do, oh, they're starting to, so these, wow, look at that comb. Look at that beautiful comb that they're building out here. It's phenomenal. They haven't started building out on any of the frames which I gave them. This frame I'm looking at now, there's a tiny bit of brood in the center, but it's mostly empty, and the bees are just, so there's cat brood, so what I feel I want to do, I don't know what your thoughts are on this, guys. I'm going to take my frame of wax foundation. It's just a plain frame of wax foundation, and I'm going to place it, as this is mostly just stores a little bit of brood on it. Wow, look at the size of the pollen baskets on that one. Wow. And then I'm going to place this frame, I'm going to place it, I think they call it checkerboarding. And I'm just going to put it there, and hopefully that's going to encourage the bees then to draw out that. Okay, and then I've got, oh, see this? The bees are all hanging on to each other. So you can see that in the gap. So yeah, look at this. How crazy is that? They're not making a bee bridge across the frames. I'm going to push these back over anyway. And I think I'm going to do the same. Wow, they are so packed in there. The frames that have been drawn out, look at this one. The frames that have been drawn out are absolutely rammed with bees. So I think I've got 6 very full frames of bees. And then I'm going to do the same on this side. I'm going to take this frame of wax foundation and I'm going to stick it in here. And I'm hoping that's going to encourage them to draw that out. And then, yeah, like I say, there's a cup on there. With me having a queen now, should I just take this cup down? Let me have a look inside it. I mean, it's on a it doesn't seem to be anything inside it. I do feel a little bit guilty about taking it down. However, I think that's kind of my job as a beekeeper. Work with the bees, however. So, and then I'm going to put this frame of foundation on the outside. So as a quick recap before I put this back together, we have 10 frames in here. 6 of the frames which came originally with the nucleus colony are fully drawn out and full of stores. I didn't manage to see any eggs, but I did see the queen. So I think that's just me not looking well enough and not shaking off the bees from the frames. The queen's in there, so I'm confident that she's laying. The outside frames of wax foundation that I put in they hadn't even started drawing that out yet. So there were 2 frames on the outside edges of wax foundation. I've just checkerboarded those, so it says wax foundation, drawn out comb with stores, wax foundation, and then basically 4 frames of brood, and then it's wax foundation, drawn out frame of stores, some of it capped, and wax foundation on the outside. So I think I've had these open long enough now, so let's get them put away. So look at that. And testament to Lawrence at Black Mountain Honey, I did not expect this temperament of bees today. It's time to inspect Hive 2 and see what's going on with this one. So let's go and have a look, shall we? Look at this. I don't know how clear it comes out on this camera, but that looks absolutely phenomenal. Look at all those returning bees, all loaded, absolutely loaded with pollen. Okay, so let's have a look at how they're getting on in here. Oh, excuse me guys, you're on my clip. Oh, amateur hour, haven't got my hive tool. Okay, no bees on there as you'd expect. Not quite so much mold in this one as the other one. Maybe I just should have cleaned out the feeder before I put the sugar in, because I haven't cleaned it since I got it. And then look at this. What we're looking at: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Again, 6 frames of bees. Nothing apart. Doesn't seem to be anything on the outside frames. Okay, just gonna give these a little bit of a smoke. And there we go, we've cleared tops there. Now, straight away, I'm learning that this is not the perfect position for me working. Realize I got my back to you there as well, but so camera positioning, not great. I might just move that now. Look, here we have some wax that they're building on the top. I'm going to smoke these bees down again. I'm going to just take out this dummy board which we put in. No, I'm going to take out this frame. Now there's nothing, absolutely nothing on it. Ooh, that is terribly made. That is my handiwork there. Embarrassing. There we go. Okay. I can't really move this closer to me now. Maybe. So let's check out. That's the dummy board which I put in because I believe there's a bit of a space issue on this one. I'll put this. I'm not sure if this is going to fit in these because of the lip on the frame. But before we put anything on with bees, let's try without the bees. No, that is not going to fit at all. Okay, so back to the drawing board on that one. I think they'll probably work on the wooden hives, but they are certainly not going to work on the plastic ones. I think I'm going to try and get a bit better foundation for that because that is absolutely terrible. And yeah, I feel like I'm not working in a good space here. I think I'd really need to rethink what I'm doing. Oh, I don't know, this is quite nice. Yeah. Oh, this is quite good. So, there's frame 10, or frame 1, sorry. Here's frame Here's frame 2. Has bees on it. Where am I putting these? Okay, now we're getting into the original frames. Is my smoker going out here? Yes, it is. Okay, so I'm going to try and quickly remedy that. I'll be right back. Okay, so amateur hour here at the honey herd. Smoker went out. Almost went out, but we're back. So let's give this bees a little bit of a smoke. Oh, that's much better. Look at that smoke. Now we're talking. And let's get into these bees. So we have, this is frame number 3. They're just building that out. Nothing that I can see in there, but it's built out almost 100%. Still a little bit in the corners here, which they've still not built out yet. However, they look busy, and already I can see pollen on the other side through the comb. So, well, I thought I could. Yeah, I mean, like, look there, and then on this side, so this side we've got some stores, open stores, yeah, and some pollen. Different colours of pollen, and I don't know how well you can see it. Orange and yellow, bit of red, it looks like, mostly yellow, orange, and different shades of yellow. So that's the frame number 3, we'll call it. Just very gentle smoke there. This is frame number, oh, wow, this is a heavy frame. And let's have a look at this. It's a very heavy frame. Loads of cat brood on this. Absolutely loads of cat brood. Look at that pattern, that laying pattern. That is phenomenal. That queen has been, look at that laying pattern. Oh, we have some drone there, I believe. Not quite capped. But wow, look at that. That is that is an absolutely beautiful frame of brood. Now, I'm no expert. That looks like an absolute banging frame. Turn this over and look at that again. That is a very heavy frame of brood. All brood. Some pollen there as well. Some pollen up in here. That is quite a heavy frame. I think it's brood, or is that stores? It could be stores, couldn't it? It's on the outside. What do you guys think? No, it's brood, that isn't it, surely? I think that's brood. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. Oh, there's a bee on my thumb here with huge pollen baskets on. So that's frame 4. And I'm still not to see the queen. And this frame feels really heavy too. I can put that there for now. Just gonna smooth the edges just so I can get my fingers on there. Let's have a look. Oh, here, 1, 2, this is frame 5, so we're getting into the middle of the brood nest now. Still not seeing any queen. It's really hard to see any eggs. Can smell quite a bit of lemon smell, so they might be getting a little bit alarmed. Quite a bit of pollen in here. But again, I think this is all brood here. Oh, we have a cup here. Don't know if you can see if there's anything in it. Is that the start of a swarm cell? It's not right on the bottom of the frame. So, there we go. Let's get that back in. And the difference in these bees from last week to this week, they were quite agitated last week, but they seem to have settled into their new home this week. Maybe there's a bit of a flow on. Wow, this frame's heavy. Look at all this brood. That's crazy. Lots of pollen in there. Some red pollen. Some yellow pollen. And this is some glistening stores. Lots of red pollen. Please let me know in the comments what you think the red or pink pollen might be. 28th of April, North Wales. Still no queen. And I've not seen any eggs, but I am seeing very young larvae. I think it might just be my eyes with the eggs. Like I say, we saw a queen here last week. Okay, no queen on there. I think last week actually she was on the next frame along. Let's see where she's up to today. Wow, it stinks of lemon now. I have to say I haven't been stung on the hand yet, but I'm loving these blue nitrile gloves. Oh, I think there's a couple of drones on here. Some drone brood, a lot of cat brood. I think once this cat brood emerges, there's going to be an absolute explosion of bees in here. I've got a bee on my thumb which is just distracting me. I need to be looking for this queen. Yeah, definitely a couple of drones. They're big chunky drones with massive eyes. So that's got to be a good sign, I think, that the colony is really healthy and can afford to be producing male bees, which do very little for the colony and are a big drain on stores. However, of course, they do spread the genetics of the colony further afield. That way, contributing. Okay. Oh, so wow, what another heavy frame. Not quite as heavy as the last one. Not fully drawn out, but mostly drawn out. Some larvae in there in the bottom, young larvae. It's really difficult to see with all the bees on, but I don't want to shake them off. They've almost drawn this fully out. Still a little bit of drawing out to do. These are the frames that came with the nucleus colonies. And this is nice. These guys have started drawing out this frame. Oh, and there's our queen. Our green queen there. I'm trying to get her. She's just gone right underneath a load of bees and hiding from us. She's a bit camera shy, this one, by the looks of things. There she is. I don't know if you see, it's just popped out there. Beautiful long queen. And I think we're going to get her back in. So she's in there now on this frame, so frame number 9. And what's she doing all the way out there? She must be, maybe she's running out of space in here that's drawn out already, and she's going right to this frame, and as they're drawing it out, she's laying in it. In fact, I want to get this out one more time. Can I see eggs in here? There's the queen on the top left corner now. I really want you to see her, but At the same time, just on the edge of the frame, going over. I'm really trying to see eggs. I don't know if it's my eyesight or that there just isn't any eggs in there yet. I want to see the queen. There she is. I know she's safe on this side of the frame. And again, what I'm going to do is I'm going to move this frame out. I'm going to move this frame. Is that safe there? I don't know if it is. This frame in. This is the one with the queen on. But that's not why I'm moving. I'm just trying to encourage them to draw out this frames. Now they are in full flow. There's next to no brood on this. Before I move it to the outside, I should really check there's no eggs in it. But it looks like they're using this for stores. Can't see any eggs or see a little bit of larvae in there. But I really can't see any eggs. They're again saying that. I'm looking at, oh, yep, I started to see them. Yeah, there are eggs in here. They are so small. They are ridiculously small. I'll try and get a close-up of the patch where they are. And they're here. And I'm sure they're everywhere else as well, but that's just where I've seen them. And almost every single cell on that has an egg in it. So what a very busy queen that is. So I have checkerboarded it, even though they are drawing this out. I've checkerboarded it anyway. There's a lot of bees in here. So I'm confident that they're going to be able to keep this warm. And I'm going to checkerboard the outside here as well. Just look at all those bees, just so well natured. I'm just trying to get those frames back without squishing too many. Now this is the original outside frame, and I really can't see any brood on this one or any eggs. This seems to be mostly stores, so I'm going to move this. I'm even going to turn it, and I'm going to put it with the stores on the outside. Then a frame of foundation, and then I'm going to move that back over, and then this very dodgy frame of foundation. I'll try and get this replaced. I'm sure they'll be able to sort that out themselves anyway, to be honest. I'm just going to drop that down very gently. And then I have the dummy board. There seems to be much better bee space on the top of these than the cedar hives. That's too bigger. I'm not sure then, maybe I've got that dummy board on the other hive upside down. But again, look at the temperament of these bees. You know, I think I bothered them enough. This one is queen right. We've seen the queen. We've seen a couple of queen cups, or they think they're called play cups. Don't need that. And they still have 2 frames of wax foundation that they haven't started. So yeah, we saw a play cup or a queen cup in there. I didn't see anything in it. We'll double check that and see what's going on with them. So all in all, I don't think there's anything to worry about on this. Okay, so I know they've got plenty of space now, but I'm not 100% sure I'm going to be able to get back here next week. And if I don't get back here next week, I think they're going to be really pushed for space. We've got 6 or 7 frames of bees in there, which is 70% full. Now, from all the research and videos I've been watching, they say you want about 80% really. However, if I don't get back next week, I'm really worried. There's so much brood in there that once that starts to emerge, it's going to be an explosion in there. So I know I could be making a mistake here, but I'm going to add an extra brood box. Now, this is a honey super, so with the Enel plastic hive, I'm going to run brood and a half, especially because of these buckfast bees, such prolific expanders. They're so prolific at expanding that I think it's wise to run a brood and a half, just because I can't be here. I can't guarantee that I'm going to be here every week. With the Enel, they come with plastic frames. So I know I've got wooden frames with wax foundation in there, and I'm going to keep that like it is for now. But with the Enel plastic hive, it's plastic frames. So I don't know if you can see very well on there. I have rolled them with beeswax. Any frames that I add to this hive now are going to be plastic frames. So if I, for whatever reason, take anything out of this, what we're going back in is going to be plastic, and I'm hopefully eventually going to get to 100% plastic frames in there. What reason? Well, just to see what the difference is really. They're sold, I could be wrong, but my supplier sells plastic frames with them. So that's what we're going to go with. So the plan for this, I'm going to remove this brood box. I'm going to put this honey super, which we're going to use as a half. This honey super, which we're going to use as the second part of the brood box. I'm under brooding, so the bees are still close to the food sugar syrup. And when it gets cold at night, this the brood is up towards the top of the hive. Obviously, with heat rising, then hopefully they're not going to lose too much heat. In fact, it's probably not going to make any difference as far as heat loss. It might even help if there's any wind coming in. There's a bit more distance there between the brood and the entrance. So in fact, it might even help. I'd really love to know your thoughts on this. Scream at the screen if you think I'm making a huge mistake. But yeah, we're going to put this, going to turn this into a brood and a half. Now, I don't know how the bees are going to feel about this. So I'm just going to let them have a little bit of smoke. And hopefully they're not going to go too mental. Wow, this is so heavy. So I'm just going to move this to here for now. Replace it with my half brood box. And then I'm going to put this back. This is so heavy. Oh, sorry, I just crushed a bee there. Do you ever stop feeling guilty about crushing bees? I don't know. Obviously I didn't mean to crush them, but still not very nice to do so. Okay, so I'm gonna put the feeder back on. I'm going to top them up with some sugar syrup. And then just going to get the lid back on. Now this actually wasn't too bad working once I got down on my knees with this. It's actually quite nice to work with them on my knees. Might get some knee pads because I'm getting old, but my partner says I must be going through a midlife crisis getting bees. I don't know what your thoughts are on that, guys. Is she right? Is she likely right? How did you guys get into keeping bees? What's your story? Was it a midlife crisis like me? Or alleged midlife crisis like me? Let us know in the comments. So guys, we've had a good look through both of the hives. We managed to find the queens in both, but in hive 1 the queen was not marked. Now, while the colonies are relatively small, I thought it'd be a good idea to attempt to mark the queen. I've never done this before. I'm really nervous about doing it. I just really don't want to damage or squish her. But I have seen it done a few times on a video. I mean, we're going to give it a go. So if we're going to go back through hive 1, we've already been through it today. And I know it's going to probably annoy the bees a bit, but we're going to go back through the hive. If we can find the queen, we're going to have a little attempt at marking her. So let's see how we get on here. Should have marked that queen when oh, there she is. Now, how are we going to do this? Well, she's there. And what I have is one of these one-handed... Where was she? Oh, I've lost her. And now, there she is. So she's there. So my plan is to get this. Ah, she's gone through. Crafty little girl. She's a crafty young lady, this one. She's gone through a hole. And she's come out here. Have I still got her in there? Let's have another go at that. No, I haven't. Have I? Oh, I don't know what I've done here. So I need to find her again. Well, there she is. Found her. So I'm going to put this over here. Bees are getting a little bit riled up now. Yeah, I've got her. I think I've got her. So I'm going to put her down here. I'm going to put this frame back in. It must have been here, right? Okay, so all the frames are back in. And we have our queen here. Now, I have a green pen, because that's what colour the other queen is marked. And I'm going to just try and get her the right way around. Now, if I don't get stung here, I'll be really surprised. I don't want to crush her. Oh no. Oh no. I got it on her head. I got it on her. Oh no. I wasn't confident that I wasn't going to crush her. And I've got it on her head. Look at that. What a mess I've made of that. Oh, well, I was so worried about crushing her. Have I got it on her eyes and now she can't see? I don't know. I could have really messed that up, guys. I just didn't want to crush her, so I didn't hold her securely in the cage. Well, time will tell, I suppose. Not much I can do about it now. She's marked. I didn't hold her firmly in the cage, so she moved slightly. What am I doing here? I'm all flustered now. So she moved slightly, and as I touched her thorax with the pen, she moved just a bit, but I think I've just got the top of her head. So that concludes our inspection of the honey herd apiary today. We managed to go through both the hives, Hive 1 and Hive 2, and locate the queen in both. Both the colonies looked very active and very healthy, and the queens looked phenomenal too. Now, one of the queens wasn't marked, so I gave it a little attempt at using one of these devices. And it didn't go terribly well. I managed to get her inside this device, but then when I pushed up the I don't know what to call it, when I pushed up this lever here to trap the queen between the sponge base and the top, I didn't trap her tight enough. I was just so scared of crushing her that I didn't hold her securely in place. She looked like she was, but then as soon as I touched her thorax with the pen, she just moved backwards a little bit, and it's gone onto the back of her head. Not a great first attempt at marking a queen, so a big learning curve there. What are your hints and tips on marking the queen? Do you use a device like this, or do you just hold her in between your finger and thumb? Please leave your hints and tips in the comments. Fortunately, it is quite early in the season, so there is time to recover if need be. So both hives looking great. They're both producing brood, and they're both building out frames. They're both building out the wax foundation. Both very busy around the entrances, with bees bringing in big pollen baskets. Multiple colours from various shades of yellow, orange, green, and even red. We have topped up the sugar syrup to just give them a boost in building out those frames. I'm hoping to get back here next week, but I'm not sure if I will. So as I'm not 100% sure I'm going to be here next week, I have added an additional brood box underneath, just in case I don't get back, and it gives them a bit more space. So we're done here at the Honey Herd Apiary. Not the perfect day of hive inspection, and a lot of mistakes made along the way, I'm sure. So all that's left from me is to say a big shout out to Penny, my young daughter, who I know will be watching, and to the rest of you, thanks very much for tuning in, and I'll see you all in the next video.